Yes, everybody, really very excited and happy to meet you all in this session. So today we are going to discuss an important topic for your examination. It is about the population pyramid, and this is myself, Dr. Saranya. So today we will see in detail about what is a population pyramid and how this topic is going to help for your preparation. Right. So let us see basically what is the definition for the population pyramid. Yes. So pyramid means it is telling an example, or it is going to tell us the graphical illustration of what? Okay, so this is a population pyramid. No, so pyramid is an illustration. So immediately everybody will remember this structure of a pyramid. Egypt is famous for a pyramid, right? So this population pyramid, it is illustrating something. What it is illustrating? It is illustrating the age and the gender distribution. Okay, so of a given population. So what do you mean by population? Recollect from the last lecture. If you don't recollect, I'll tell you, it is the collection of individuals of the same species living in a particular area. I told you to remember about the Indian population, urban population. Okay, so population pyramid is going to graphically illustrate the age as well as the gender distribution. Okay, what are the ages? It may be an young age, right? It may be this middle age. So this middle age is what is going to be this one middle age. It may be old age. It may be too young, or the toddler age, right? So it may be anything. So that is what is going to be the age, right? So this age as well as the gender. So both of them put together, it is going to tell you, and representation, that particular representation is what is called as the pyramid. Okay, and the shape of the pyramid, is it going to be the same? No, the shape is going to change. Pyramid can be like this, it can go like this, urn shaped, inverted urn shape, direct urn shape, everything it can be. Okay, so the shape of the pyramid, it is going to tell about few details. So what are the details the shape of the pyramid is going to tell you on? It is going to tell about the life expectancy. We could have all heard, no? What is the average lifespan of a human? What is the average lifespan of a cat? So all this information, this data will be giving age, structure, population. Okay, so the shape of the pyramid, it is actually conveying the details. What details it is conveying? About the life expectancy. What is we'll be doing this life table calculation in the future, don't worry. So these are all the survivorship curves, life table calculations. All this are in total being represented in the pyramids. Got it? Okay. It also gives the detail about the birth rate. So if the birth rate is keep on increasing, the population is growing. If the birth rate is declining, the population cannot grow. It tells about the fertility. It tells about the mortality. Mortality means it is the death. Okay, so mortality is representing the death rate. Got it? Okay, so it is going to tell you the life expectancy, it is going to tell you about the birth, the fertility, as well as the death rate. Fantastic. And also the ratio of what? The ratio of the birth and the death, isn't it? So the ratio of this birth and the death, it is only going to determine the reproductive status, okay, of the population. If at all, for instance, I take that in my population, this old people is more. Okay, young one is less. Can it be a growing population? So at one age, all the old will die, but young is very less. So the population is going to decline. So all this information integratedly, you can know it from this population pyramid. So population pyramid is a graphical representation. It is, and the shape is very important. It is going to tell about the life expectancy, the birth, fertility, as well as the mortality rates. Conveyed? Understood? Fantastic, guys. Right. So let us take up with the three ecologically important age group. Okay. So these three are commonly asked for. Okay. Number one, it is the pre-reproductive age. So the people in this category are generally not the young ones. Okay. So these are going to be the young ones between the age of 0 to 14. They cannot reproduce. Okay. So that is what is a pre-reproductive phase. Okay. But remember, after some point of time, they are only going to become the reproductive. ones. So if it is going to be increased in number, it is a healthy population because it is going to keep on growing at one point of time. Okay, the second set is what is called as reproductive age. Okay, so this reproductive age, it is going to be around 15 to 44. So this is the reproductive age. So this is also going to lead to offspring. It will lead to development. Even if it is there also, it is good for the population. But the post-reproductive age, 45 and above, okay, so this is going to be the post-reproductive age. Usually these people will know an average lifespan like 60 to 70, right? So they are going to die soon and they cannot reproduce also. So if this people is going to be more in number compared to the other two, it cannot be an increasing population, okay? I hope that now you understood what are the three different age groups that is given in a pyramid. This is a typical example of a pyramid. Your age, structure, population and the pyramid. This is how it literally looks like. Yes? Okay, so pyramid is going to tell you about the graphical representation, or it is an illustration of what? Of the population. So it is going to tell about the age, structure, and then it is going to tell you like what is the life expectancy, survival, birth, death rate and all. And there are three major important ecological groups. What are they? It is the pre-reproductive between 0 to 14. They cannot reproduce, but later they will come into that phase. Second one, it is the reproductive age between 15 to 44, and then post-reproductive age. Right? Fine. So the shape, it is only determining, okay? So whether it is going to be increasing or decreasing, the space is a very, very important fellow. Got it? Right. So there are basically three types of pyramids. So what are these three types of pyramids? Let's have a look. Number one, it is the expanding population. I told you it is expanding. The population is going to grow like anything. It is an expanding population. Okay, so this is what is called as expansive. Okay, so number one, it is going to be the expanding population, or it is going to be expansive. Number two, it is the stable population. It is called as stationary. Okay, so number one, it is expanding population. It is going to grow like anything. Number two, it is going to be the stable population. It is stationary. Number three, it is diminishing population. That is contracting. It is coming down. Okay, so this is going to be expanding, growing. This is going to be somewhat stationary, stable. This is going to be decreasing. This is what immediately comes to your mind, no? So can you tell in this category one who is going to be more in number? Expanding population. Maybe your reproductive or the pre-reproductive. Okay. So that is going to keep on increasing. That is why it is you can say that birth rate is greater than death rate. That is why it is increasing. Here your birth rate is equal to the death rate. So it is stationary. It is not increasing much. It is not decreasing much. Diminishing means birth rate is lesser. Death rate is higher. That is why this has come. This probably occurs when the old population is more. Right. So they are all going to die soon and no young ones. So that is what is a diminishing population. Okay. Right. So sometimes you call this age pyramids as the age sex pyramid also, because it involves the gender. That is what is called as the age sex pyramid. Right. So what is going to be an age pyramid? This age pyramid is nothing but it is a graphical representation. So what it is going to tell you? This is going to show the number of proportion. Number of proportion of what? Of the individuals. Okay, that is belonging to the different age classes in a population of an organism at a particular time. That is why there is a correlation. It is not simply telling, guys. It is not simply telling that birth is greater than death, or birth is less than death, or birth is equal to death. It is correlated with the age. Okay, right. So how many individuals are alive after the age of 20? How many individuals are alive after the age of 40? How many are alive after the age of 60? It is a male or a female. How is the life expectancy? Now you can correlate the keywords that I told you in the first slide. Life expectancy. You can all correlate this. So this age pyramid, it is a representation that shows how much proportion or how much percentage of the individuals they belong to the different classes. What are the classes? They may be the pre-reproductive, they may be the reproductive, they may be the post-reproductive. So how many percentage of individuals are present at a given time? That is important. It is not like year long. I usually connect this with a census record. Okay, so census they take up, right, in a particular year. They are not extended for years together. Okay, so in the particular year or particular 5 years, what is the status? That is what they do, right? So it is going to be taken at a given time. Now I hope that this is understandable. What are the different, what is an age structure pyramid and what is the different types of your population pyramid? Yes, fantastic. Fine. So I told you the 3 types. The first type is going to be the expanding population. Okay. So we saw 3 types. What are they? Number 1, it is expanding. Number 2, it is stabilizing. Number 3, it is declining. Okay, so this is going to be the expansive pyramids. Okay, so this is what I told you in the first example. Pre-reproductive is more, reproductive it is in the middle, post is very less. So eventually this will become here, this will become here, this will be dying. Okay, so this is a growing population. So that is what this is saying. This is a rapidly growing population. So there is going to be the higher birth rate. Okay, so birth rate, it is going to be greater than the death. There is going to be the higher birth rate. And there is a larger percentage of younger people. Okay, so young people will be large. Old ones is less. You can see it from here. Young people will be large. Old one is going to be less. And the number of people in this older age is low. That's all. Very simple. Yes. And you can say that your pre-reproductive age will be more than the reproductive age. And this is even more than the old age. Right. So this is the order. Okay. So only 3 points, guys, to remember about this expanding population. Point number 1, it is a rapidly growing population. Point number 2, the birth rate is greater than the death. Point number 3, young people are more, old people are less. Exactly. So this is what is going to be the pyramids. Got it, everybody? So expanding population is ready. What is the second type? Yes. Comment in the comment box. It is going to be the stabilizing population. Very good. So the second one is going to be the stable population, or it is going to be the stabilizing population. Here, this birth rate and the death rate is the same. In other words, you can say that the pre-reproductive and reproductive phase are same. Okay, there pre-reproductive was more, reproductive was less. Okay, so it is expanding. Now both are equal. So this is stabilizing population. Birth rate and death rate are same. So this rate of birth and the death, it is remaining the same in a population. So that is what is going to be the stable or the stationary population. So this is how it looks. Okay, so it is going to be same. So this post-reproductive is small. Okay, that is why it is not declining. Okay, so if the post-reproductive is more, it could have come under the decline category. But this fellow is not coming under the decline and all. It is going to be your normal category, only stationary phase. Next one, it is the diminishing population. So diminishing population, it is going to be this urn-shaped. It is usually called as this urn-shaped. Okay, so this is what is an urn. Okay, so chef and all used to keep on the head, no? Urns. Okay, it is a declining population. In this declining population, you see that pre-reproductive, in the middle it will be bigger. Okay, but this will come to old age soon, right? This is this pre and post, it is very, very less. And pre will be still more less than the post. Okay. See, this pre is very less. This diagram is still more perfect. Pre is very less than the post. Post is bigger. Pre is very less. Okay, so here birth becomes very less when compared to the death. Because eventually this is what is going to happen. So this is called as an urn-shaped age structure, or it is the dying population. Got it? Yes. So 3 populations we have seen. What are the 3 populations? Number 1, we have seen about the expanding population. So birth rate is greater than the death rate there, and pre-reproductive will be more, reproductive will be in this middle, and post will be less. Second type we saw about, so what was the second type? Stable population we saw. So there what happened is that pre and post were less, and then reproductive phase was very, very predominant, and that even their birth rate was equal to the death rate. And then in the third one, in diminishing, this pre and the post, it is going to be very, very less, and even you can say that post is critically more when compared to this pre and reproductive, so it is forming an urn shaped. So these are the critical things that you have to remember regarding this population pyramids. Okay, so we'll be taking a question also such that you can test your knowledge on this. Yes, everybody. So let's take this question. Yes, so I hope that the concept is now clear. We'll do this question such that you can clarify all your doubts. Right. So given below, it is the population of three different ones: population A, population B, as well as the population C. Okay, so there are three different populations, A, B, and C. You can note that here. How is this population coming up? So among these three, this population A, it is having, this is the pre-reproductive stage, this is the reproductive stage, this is the old age. Okay. So here, what is the rule, what is given in this data? Pre-reproductive, it is more than the reproductive than the death, right? So this is going to be what kind of population? At sight only you can say, what is this A population? It is looking like an expanding, isn't it? It is looking like an expanding. Immediately it should map your mind. Okay. Next is population B. Okay. So population B, how it looks? It looks like a barrel, right? It is going to be a stable one, right? It is a stable one, right? And how is this C looking like? I told you to remember this chef cap. Right, it is an urn shape. So this is looking like a declining. If you remember these three types, this question is going to be simple for you guys. I'll tell you honestly. Based on the population pyramids given above, which of the statement is incorrect? In any question, if you solve, you will generally get 4 options. Among the 4, you will find that 2 are going to be very, very simple to eliminate. 2 will be little bit like 50-50. Among them, you have to select one. So at reading only, you will understand that population B, it has a slower growth rate when compared to A. This is a right statement or wrong statement? Immediately tell me. This is absolutely a correct statement, isn't it? Right, so this is eliminated because we want the incorrect fellow. So this guy is eliminated. Okay. Population C, it has higher birth rate compared to the death rate. That's all gone, isn't it? Urn is a declining. So here death rate should be greater than the birth rate. Okay, so this is the incorrect option, but that is the correct answer for this question. But still, you will read the other options also. The population A, it is representing the rapidly growing population. So this is the correct statement. So this is not the correct answer for this because they are asking the incorrect one. Right. The next one, population B. This population B, it has the highest death rate among the 3. How can this be right? Maybe few may get tricked in this question. Okay, so this is not declining. So why they are telling that death rate is more? You have to think. So now it is like this. So in another 10 years, what will happen? All those who are in 65, they will come to 75. So all of them, they may die, right? So this is going to be pushed to the next. Okay, so that is how you have to consider. But here you see, this may be pushed to this, but this is pushed to here, no. So this is expanding. Likewise here, this may be pushed to this. So this is pushing to this. This will become very, very less in number at that time. Okay, so you have to make one step ahead, one step shifting. You have to do such that you can eliminate this D. Seriously, I'll tell you, this D is among this 50-50 option. If at all you are not sure of B, definitely D will trick you. Honestly, population D, it is having a highest death rate. You will be worried because you will think immediately, this is the old one, is less only, no. So reproductive is more. So why it will come? Because you have to think in next 5 years what is going to happen. Understood? I hope that this is all clear to you. So this is what we did today. We did about this age structure, pyramid, definition, and the different types. We saw 3 major types. What it is going to be the expanding population, what it is going to be the stable population, and what it is going to be the declining population. We also took a question from this CSIR net. So I hope that this was helpful to you. Please don't forget to like and share.